on the code of conduct thing still. It's like discipline still. I've noticed you still in the park. Like more time you've got what you want to talk about, and you don't stray from that innit.
No.
Even when other people try and lead the conversation,
No.
whether they're doing it consciously or unconsciously, away from what you're talking about. Like you don't get caught up in the hype still. Only one time I see you get caught up in the hype still.
This guy's
Only one
fascinating.
time. Only one time.
I repeated something someone said to me. You're talking about that.
I had to drop that in though still because
This guy.
because until then the discipline was impeccable. You get me? So I had to make a mental note. I was like, that's a chink in the armor right there. I had to make a note still.
But let me tell you something, right? This is something now. We're tapping to your psychology now. It's collective time with black people, right? I've come with a discipline, right? The discipline is to try to be productive and stay on code, right?
Yeah.
Now there's a fascination when I might slightly slip off it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Why is that?
I'll tell you why.
Tell me why that is, bro.
For me.
Yeah, you tell me.
As I said, fam, my brief analysis of you as a person, every time I've seen you in the field in Speaker's Corner, you've been on point, innit? Like you haven't strayed from what you've said you're about and all of that. Like, and not only that, in an environment where the most of the debates that I see happening, it seems like people are there to just disrespect each other. You get me? So when I saw Jedi say, what was it? What did you say? He said, "Fuck Jedi." When I see you say "fuck Jedi," I was like, "Raw, that is like."
I repeat something you shouted over. I repeat back.
It don't matter though, because even that, like, you don't usually get caught out. Like people get drawn out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Still, people get drawn out all the time. Innit? People go into the debates and go into reasonings, because it's not always debates. People go into reasonings with their intentions and their ideologies, and I see them like stray from it or get drawn into something that they ain't got no interest. Like if I talk to them in a day-to-day basis, they ain't got no interest in those subjects or nothing like that. You get me? And then they just start saying all type of things that they regret saying and all of that.
Well, the funny thing you said, because when I talk about Black Birmingham building, every non-black person who's there has no interest in that. They have absolutely no interest. But they're the ones leading the conversation. Have you noticed that? That I will start a conversation with black people, and then a non-black person will come in and then start dictating. This is what's been psychologically trained to every non-black person I see when black people speak. That's how important our issues are. That it's a free-for-all.
Yeah,
it is consistent. It's very consistent, and it's going to keep happening.
We say that's part of the design.
Of course, it's part of the systematic psychological design. Literally, it's like, but you got to think, innit? There's a reason why you treat homeless people the same way, and a reason why you treat rich people the same way, innit? And there's a reason why you treat black people the same way, and a reason why you might treat Europeans a certain way. There's a reason, and if you don't try to change that, it won't change. Like who else have you ever seen talk about these kind of issues where people are jumping and really trying to dictate where it goes? And where have you seen that before?
Oh no.
You don't see it. It's what black people, and that's why I can never get angry. I'm using this as evidence to show black people this is what is actually happening.
How do you do that? How do you stay like on code? How do you stay focused?
You gotta know the bigger picture, mate. It's like this. It's so much more bigger than me, innit? It's like, what am I saying? I'm sincere, innit? I'm saying that people who identify as black or are identified as black, right? I want their lifestyle and their entire existence to improve collectively. Yeah. I'm black, innit? I'm identified as black. I come from a black family, innit? And everyone in my family, for the most part, have had hardship, innit? And I'm not saying people don't have hardship, but I'm literally saying what has happened to black people historically is a contributing factor to why we are the way we are today, innit? And I'm saying that all other people groups come together and better themselves, but we have been trained to hate each other. Go look at the videos. When I'm trying to get people together, they're saying, I'll come together, but if a black man is doing this, I won't join. If you got a black man doing that, I won't join. And you know what I mean? And the jokes come in. This is a natural thing for us to do, innit? It's not normal. It's not normal at all. So that's why. The bigger picture is to be the example, innit? Be the example so people can say, okay, if Raven can do that, if you look at my history, right, and go, if he can do that, I can do that, innit? Yeah. Literally, if I can stand cold, anyone can.
So, is it something that you had to learn how to do? Like, I don't know, like when you first started talking to people about your ideas and all of that, I don't know.
You've got to live this. So, for example, right, growing up, it's like, growing up, I remember I would just get money from my mum, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, I didn't work, get money from mum. That was normal, right? Single parent, whatever it is. And then I thought, you know what? Let me stop that there. Rather than me taking money from my mum, why not give my money to my mum, innit? Let me make it, let me be dedicated to giving money to my mum. If my mum's always shouting and screaming and stuff, let me try to be the solution for her, innit? That's natural, innit? Then it's like, you know what? Me and my friends are constantly arguing, innit? Why don't we actually try to not do that? Why don't we try to come together and uplift each other, innit? Train each other. Just basic stuff that you think maybe other groups do, I wasn't doing, innit? So you start living it. So that's why when I come around you, man, the first time I ask you is like, how you doing, brother? Like, do you need help with that? That's my nature now, isn't it? If I see a brother and he's trying to start a business, like, if I've got some free information, take that, innit? If I can do that, you can do that, yeah? And it's because it's for improving black people. That's what it is. It's like, we're gonna talk about it. I'm doing this to improve black people, innit? If I see you and your black brother, let me give you your hand, innit? It just makes so much sense, but it doesn't seem to make sense to black people.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what's the reception that you've been getting back when you approach people like that?
Here's what it is, yeah. There's certain like conscious black people who, they don't need convincing, like they really understand certain things, right? But the average day-to-day black person might be like, I'm either not into that kind of thing, that seems like some radical stuff, or you're a racist. Do you know what I mean? Mm. So what I do is I have open discussions, I say words, and I let people listen to the words, and then you see in comments and stuff, oh, I get where it's coming from. But if you don't have these conversations, then whatever it is will remain.
Yeah.
That's why I let people speak, innit? That's why I listen.
I remember when, like the first few times that you was getting into conversations with Jedi still, and it was very competitive, you get me?
Me and him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Well, yeah, he was.
You say you wasn't?
Well, when you're debating, but one thing...
so all I mean when I say that, I don't mean like trying to hate each other or anything like that. Like in terms of, he had his ideas.
Yeah, and I might.
And he was trying to assert them, and you had yours, and I feel like you was trying to assert your position at the same time.
Yeah, I remember me and Jedi met on the battlefield, didn't it? So literally I'm talking and I'm hearing like a voice behind me, and next thing you know, cameras are there, we're debating. So, no, I mean... What
do you feel about his mentality, like, at that time, in regards to what you was trying to do? 'Cause I don't know, I feel like he was trying to... he's trying to shut your thing down still, or from how he understood it anyway. I don't know if he had a real understanding of what it is he was trying to do.
Well, I say this, right? I can never really speak about people who are not here, and I can never really know what's in their mind. Yeah. But what I can say is, you know, he's a brother, and you know, as long as he's being constructive, I'm going to support him. And he was saying a lot of constructive things. Yeah. But I used the word tangible, and at that time, and today I'm trying to find tangible solutions. So that's why I kept saying it. Like, if you have a tangible plan that's going to better black people, then bring it forward. Now the thing with Jedi, I could be wrong, is Jedi is where I kind of was, or where maybe I should be, I don't know, in a sense of, and I agree with him to a certain extent, where he's like, if you're my brother, you're my brother, innit? So with him, it was like, everyone's inclusive. Yeah, everyone, doesn't matter where you're from, your background, if you're his brethren, you're his brethren. Now I'm the same, right? I've got brethren who are not black, so don't get twisted. What I'm saying is, if you don't dedicate to a certain group, nothing will happen. If you don't, it's like, if women are being mistreated, if you don't actually get a women's group to be dedicated on women's issues, then it won't change. And the thing with me and like...
Why is it important to be exclusively black?
Oh, very important. Because black people, we have empathy for our challenges, not sympathy. So we know what's going through, innit? Yeah. It's like me and you, we understand a certain thing, right? That's why every time we're talking, you see like a non-black person there, they're saying some like I said, I'm not about exposing people and saying certain things on camera, right? But go listen to anything I'm there, and the stuff they say is wild and just out there, innit? Wild and out there. And it's got nothing to do with what we're talking about, because they don't experience it. And that's why they can say you're a liar, like, oh, get over it, it's not that bad, oh, it's, you know, all this other kind of funny stuff that don't make no sense.
So what about the ones who seem, what's the word? Seem interested to try and help?
Yeah, I give them solutions. Whenever you're in your people group, make sure they're not practicing racism, and if they do, come and tell us. Yeah. That's it. I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, this is what I'm saying.
So is that joining in a sense?
No. Well, it's a mutual respect. But it's like this. If there was a gay betterment group, I wouldn't try to join that. I'm not gay. Yeah. If there's like a women's betterment group, I won't try to join that. I'm not a woman.
But what if you wanted better off for those groups?
Then I'll go, you know what? Tell us how we can practice what we need to practice away from you, innit? So for women, it's like, okay, we don't want you to whistle at us when we're walking down the street. I don't know, right? I don't know. You have to let them speak. There's a value in people taking control of their own destiny, innit? Yeah. There's a value in people groups coming together to work on their own issues. I don't understand it. It makes perfect sense. Once again, it's this whole black thing, isn't it? It's like, I generally think that out of all the groups I've identified, the black group seems to be the most easily infiltrated and the one that has the least amount of respect for itself from other people's looking in. I mean, I can't see any other people group that is, you know, that people just mistreat at that level. I can't see it.
So, how do you convince people, if you do manage to, black people, that this needs to be like an exclusively black thing in terms of bettering ourselves, like we need to do it by ourselves?
Well, like I said, you try to find tangible ways. So, for example, you know, getting people to join social groups, meeting groups, turn up to the meetings and have conversations. There's certain, like, you might watch a documentary, right? And it's a documentary about the history of black people, the history of some struggle, some place where black people did amazingly well. And then as soon as the documentary ends, there's this like energy in the room where people just want to talk for like 20 hours about it. Because they haven't been exposed to certain things. You know what I mean? There's certain realities that people just don't see day to day. Or even like being in a group with just dedicated black people who are trying to be constructive. It's like, you know, conversations happen that you never would think it would happen. But you wouldn't know if you're not there.
Yeah.
Like literally, my reality's changed. So I'm going to like very constructive like areas, right? Where everything they're spoken about is constructive. There's education. It's betterment. It's like, it's an amazing feeling. And I might go to an old area now where everything's just negative, and it's normal negative. It's like, yeah, you remember, you're like, man, you're stabbed in it. You know, like, yeah, she's this in it, and it's like non-stop. And it's like, I've just had a conversation with this group, and nothing is positive. Like, and that energy is just there, and that energy is with them when they leave. So you want to know why nothing constructive is coming from them. Do you know what I mean? So what do we have to do? We have to change that reality. We have to take those guys and put them here. We have to surround them with betterment people who are actually dedicated to being constructive. Give them opportunities they might not have known existed. Yeah. You know, be dedicated.
Will you do that? Yeah.
Because that's what I do. I'm a black betterment builder. Like I said, people laugh at certain things I say, but I try to be tangible. So when I say I start a WhatsApp group, it's because I know I can talk to a man on the street and go, look, bro, there's a group, let's join it, see what it's saying, you know, get the information, and you can turn up to certain events if you want. Go, all right, cool. Do you know what I mean? But if I start saying some long kind of speech, and I'm like, you know, basically in 2 years' time, there's going to be this massive kind of like, blimp in the sky, and it's going to come, no one's going to listen, is it, right? It's going to be, oh yeah, you tell me that. Look how hard it is to get people just to take their number in the park. You know what I mean? So it's that kind of thing, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?